Hi, can you introduce yourself and tell me what you do for work?
Hi, I'm Cornelius the Cat or Jamie, and I stream on Twitch, Kick, and I also have a YouTube channel and make fun Twitter content.
What's the theme of your content?
A lot of it started off ASMR, and then I kind of moved to IRL for like if they want to hang out with me after hours, and then I also do some like hot stuff too sometimes.
Hot stuff, hey.
Yeah.
As an ASMR creator, what do you think is the appeal of ASMR and why do people watch you do ASMR?
I think a lot of it's visual, but it honestly does really help. Like I think the visual like entices people, but it honestly does really help people. It's kind of like a form of meditation because it like really makes you focus on one thing at a time, or like really hyper focus on like a sound. So I think people really like it. They go in thinking like, oh, it's really nice. Oh, maybe a pretty girl, or like, oh, cool things are happening. But then once they sit down and like experience it, they're like, oh, this is actually like very relaxing.
Is there a specific visual or theme attached to the ASMR you do?
I do like finger tracing, like tapping, and then like I do licking, which was really popular a couple of years ago, and it's still kind of popular. I don't know if y'all remember the licking stuff.
Is it possible there's some kind of audio sexual aspect to this content?
I think you can make anything sexual, but yeah, sure, absolutely.
Fair take on that.
Yeah.
So you also do, you said you do hot content.
Yeah, I do hot content. I do like bikini streams. I do have like I don't know if that's allowed. I have OnlyFans, all of that. That's like as a side business. So all those fun
So,
things.
um, how has starting an OnlyFans changed your life?
I think it's honestly made it better. I've developed a really cool relationship with people, and I've also like learned about people and like what they like, which I've never like because I do more like soft. I'm not like nude or anything like that, but I like learning about. I like the psychology behind it and like learning about people. Like why are they buying into it? What do they want? I think that's really interesting, and I met really cool people, and I've just grown. But I've also like learned my limits too, which has been really good.
Do you ever get like harassed by viewers
No,
or
thank God. No, I even do like IRL streams, and thankfully they've all been very respectful. I think they just know like not to push the line.
I'm curious of why people sign up for OnlyFans, honestly. Can you describe like your average subscriber or like your biggest subscriber and why they subscribe to you?
I think they just like the behind the scenes. They want to see like content that other people don't see, and they also really like the support. They want to support me, like because I feel like when you make any content on like any platform, like you throw it out there and you hope it like makes money, and on there they're like, I love all your content everywhere else. I'm gonna support you here because it's like they feel like they're buying like like I don't know how to explain it. They feel like they're buying a product, they're receiving something, and then they tip extra. So I don't really, but they just feel like that's extra support. Does that
Okay,
make
yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it does. I feel like they're kind of invested in your character and they
Maybe.
want to see more, obviously, so they
Yeah.
support you. Yeah, I get it. I've also subscribed to a Patreon of a podcast I like. That was the
You
closest
just
I
want to see
ever got.
more.
Yeah, I
You
want
want
to
to
see
know
more.
more. You're interested. You're curious. I think it's curiosity.
How do you feel about the Bop House?
Bop House. I don't know too much about it, but how do I? I mean, it's blown up. I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like it's caused like a lot of other Bop houses. I do. I don't know if I shouldn't say that, but I do worry about like the youth a little bit because I don't. I feel like a lot of them see like that because they look very very young. So I do worry about that because I don't think anyone like. I don't think you should start OnlyFans at 18, in my opinion. I think you should
Okay,
wait later on. I, but that's my opinion.
interesting topic. So, do you think that OnlyFans is a bad influence in the sense that it encourages younger people to want to become an OnlyFans star as their main profession?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the way it's promoted sometimes it just seems like a quick, easy fix, and it's not always a quick, easy fix. There's so much more tied into it, and it doesn't mean you'll be successful right away. Those I feel like a lot of it's luck based. So you can't. Some people start 18 at 18 and they make a lot of money, and some people start at 18 and they make no money, and they have to try to do other things. But I don't think it's good for like the use the way it's marketed.
One of my favorite quotes, I think I just saw it on the internet, was failed OnlyFans girls now know how local rappers feel.
That's a good quote. That's a good quote. It is. It is.
Because it's the same thing. We see like the famous OnlyFans chicks, oh, they're making millions of dollars. You don't see all the ones that fail. Same thing with rappers, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a very good take. Yeah, no, it's true. Not everyone's successful. I think it's a very, very hard. Most people who have OnlyFans only make like $100, $200 a month, and that's not going to get you anywhere.
Um, let's see. Have you been traveling the world with your content?
Well, used to travel with my mom, and we would take like cruises and stuff like that. So it was kind of like wholesome. But now I'm traveling with my boyfriend, and it's just kind of with Kick, and Kick is really good for IRL. So,
Shout out to Action Man.
yes, I was actually man.
Um, I was going to ask, have you been to any interesting places with your content?
As in,
As in, like, other countries?
we went to Italy in August. We explored. Oh, actually, like all of Spain, Italy, all of like that coast.
Is there any experiences that shocked you overseas?
Honestly, I feel like Japan is a little bit more of a shock out of everyone because I feel like it's Italy and Spain, and I've been to Argentina. They're all like very like Spanish, Latin countries, but this has been the most shock.
Can you name a couple of things that surprised you in Japan?
It's very quiet. Things are very small. A little bit smaller than America.
They got tiny stuff here.
We have very tiny stuff. There's a lot of people. A lot of people. Just I don't even know how you have that many people. And then I guess I'm surprised. Like they really like their privacy, but they're respectful about it. So they'll let you know, like no, no, no. But then like they're also really welcoming. So it's like both worlds. I'm so sorry. It's like both.
Have you had a good experience so far in Japan?
Yes, I have.
W Japan.
Do I what?
W Japan.
I thought you said, do you hate
Bro,
Japan? I was like, no.
Fucking streamer brain rot has infected me. I'm going to ask you a question. How do you feel about the political situation in America right now?
I experienced. So the last time I went to Singapore, and they're like, "How do you feel Trump is about to win?" And I was like, and at that point he was just a celebrity. And I was like, I don't know. They were laughing at us, and so I just feel like it's another go around, to be honest.
Do you think it's going to affect your daily life in any way?
Well, you know what's interesting? I feel like Trump's older now. Back in the day, he used to be like very like into like social media, and it would like affect a lot of things. Now I feel like he's a little bit older, a little bit slower, not in a bad way, but like hopefully it doesn't affect things in the media as much.
Yeah, maybe he's calmed down.
Hopefully.
Let's see. Let's see. Oh, what state are you from? Sorry.
Texas.
Texas. Austin?
I'm from San Antonio, but I live in Austin
San
now.
Antonio. Can you name like a couple of things about San Antonio or Austin that you think other people might not know?
San Antonio has a lot of missions there, so like a lot of war. So it's like very like what do you call it? Religious and like war, and a lot of communities. San Antonio is very interesting. Austin's more like fun, youthful, party city. There's a lot of tech there. There's a lot of like artists there. There's a lot of content makers there. So that's the differences. San Antonio's more family. Austin's more like new, younger, like a lot of things happening.
How do you feel about Joe Rogan inviting all of his comedian bros to come to Austin?
I feel like people have been coming to Austin from California, or like comedian bros in general. They've been just moving over, and Austin has gotten a lot more expensive over the 8 years.
Do you think it's becoming more fun and interesting, or?
Yeah, I will say there's something nice. Whenever I got there and it was still like booming, but like every generation, like there's something they're like, oh, it was nice and small, and it was like indie and it was quirky, and now it's like a lot. I feel like more like I don't know, like it's not as indie as it used to be.
Oh no, it's becoming mainstream.
Yeah, it definitely is. It definitely, I don't not in a bad way, but it's definitely different.
Is there a cause you're passionate about in life?
I like making people happy.
Oh.
But not if they're mean to me. But I like making people happy, or like I just like being in a good mood and like sharing like I don't know. I just like being in a good mood. Hopefully everyone enjoys that.
Do you think you channel this through your streaming?
Oh yeah, absolutely. ASMR. I feel like most of the time I'm like giving a lot of my. It's very like calming. I feel like I'm giving like mother vibes.
What's more important, money or love?
Let me check it.
Of love, but not if you're not treated right and not like supported. So it has to be a little bit of both. I think.
Yeah, it's a trick question because you kind of do need both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. But no, I've been with I've dated and it's not like I would rather be. It's like love, but you need to like. Hopefully, everyone finds something that just works out. I think.
Have you had toxic relationships in the past?
Yes.
What do you think makes a relationship toxic?
Control, too much control, no respect. Basically, yeah.
How do you identify a red flag in a guy to know that he's going to be toxic?
I feel like immediately like wanting to go through your phone when nothing has happened. Or like I feel like people sometimes it's okay to go through your phone if you've been in a long-term relationship and like you're trying to work things out, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I feel like you just meet the person, they're like, let me see everything on your phone. That's weird. I think.
Yeah, definitely red flag, desire for control,
Yeah.
and paranoia.
Paranoia, yeah.
Probably has abandonment issues.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have any trauma in your life?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone does. Absolutely.
Any stories you're willing to share?
Trying to think. I lost my dad and my sister, and I feel like that made a big impact on my life. And now I just try to do the most to make sure. Because I'm like, for my sister, I'm like, she was really young, so I'm like, I always try to do the most because I'm like, that's not fair that she didn't get to live like everything. And then with my dad, I'm like, I just try to make him proud. Because my dad was like very chill, like with everything. He's like, he was always like, do whatever the fuck you want, just make sure you're happy. So I think that's nice.
Can I ask how you lost them?
My sister was mentally disabled, and so they told her she only had 3 years to live, and she lived till 13. And then my dad was an alcoholic, but he was a good alcoholic. I don't know how you could be, but he was very sweet. But everyone has their demons, and that's how. Yeah,
How old were you when your dad died?
18.
And do you have like fond memories of him?
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah.
No, that's really sad. Thank you so much for sharing that,
Of
though.
course, yeah, of course. I love the book. So yeah.